Well, it's great to see you once again. I hope you had a good week. The spring is here, finally. We had some snow a little while ago, but we'll get through it. You know, I've talked to a lot of people in the region over the years about Niagara, even people outside of Niagara, and there is still some confusion about what Niagara is. When you think about what you see in the media, when you see the check mark, what do you think? You think Nike. When you see the VW, what does that mean to you? We've lacked that presence in Niagara, but no longer, because now we have the N brand. And we're going to talk about that today with Paxton Allewell of Niagara Economic Development Corporation. Paxton, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
What is the N Original Brand?
Well, it's our regional brand for Niagara. It was developed in November 2008 is when it officially launched. And what it does is it takes all these questions that we had about what is Niagara that you're speaking of, and it puts it under one brand platform. Now, a lot of people think of brands for products with Nike, the Czech, or Pepsi, or whatever it might be. And what those brands help those products do is differentiate those products so that they stand out and they showcase what makes them unique. Very similarly, this Niagara Original brand was created to showcase all the things that make Niagara unique and help us to sell Niagara as a destination of choice for not only tourists, but also business investors who are thinking of relocating. So it's a great tool for the Niagara region that we've created.
So it's an N, but it's more than an N because you represent different sectors, don't you?
Good point, yep. We have our master Niagara Original brand. I'm wearing it here tonight, but it has the maple leaf in it. So that's our master stylized N icon with Niagara Original under it. But we've also developed other sectoral icons, as we call them, to showcase the variety of things to see and do and the variety of types of businesses that we have in Niagara. So we have a performing arts N, we have an attractions N, a grapes industry N, an industry N, a digital media N that has been developed. So all of these Ns either have a different color or they have a different icon inside them. So yeah,
we'll see on the screen here, Paxton, some of the different talk us through this. What is this?
Sure. This is the imagery side of the brand. So you're speaking at the core of the brand is the logo. That's what everybody's going to see. But it actually goes beyond that. There's the brand language that was developed for this. So the words such as original, vivid, abundant, accessible, inventive. These are words that went into the research for the brand.
Now here's
also,
the original.
There was the images there as well that you just saw that speak to the vividness and beauty of Niagara. So this here is our master Niagara Original icon.
Is it red or orange? Or
it is red. Yep, it is red. And but as I was saying, we do have a variety of other icons that we use. And basically, we use this brand at the Niagara Economic Development Corporation to promote Niagara to the world. It gives us a great edge for our marketing materials. We've included in all of our marketing materials that we put out to the world in various ways. It's pretty exciting. And it's also a brand that local businesses and organizations can use as well. So we do promote the master brand especially to be used. But if you're a performing arts organization, you can also use the performing arts end to speak to what you do specifically. So yeah.
It surprises me that it's taken us this long to have some identifier like this, because we know for sure around the globe people know the word Niagara, but not so much the N. So now small companies, big companies, restaurateurs, actors, all kinds of different people can use this. How do they go about using it?
Good question. We have a website. It's niagaraoriginal.com. They can visit the website. They can see what we have done and how we've used the N. They can also see how other local organizations, there's about over 100 that have actually used the N to date, so they can see how they've used it. And we've got a variety of tools on there. They can download the logos straight from the website and start integrating them into their marketing. And we have got a video, 2-minute video that explains all of Niagara. You can see all the great visuals and ways we're presenting Niagara. So it's a great way to, even if you're not in business or marketing, if you're in the community, you can have a look at our website, see all the great things that we're doing to really sell Niagara. And also it's a great way to see how increase your pride and to be proud of Niagara, to see all the things we've got.
I would think, Paxton, that there are some rules around the use of the brand.
Yes.
Talk about the rules.
Yeah, we don't. There's not too many rules. For example, one of them would be that you don't want to, if you're putting it on your marketing materials, you don't stretch the N, for example. or we don't want you to put your own logo inside of the N. That's something that we can't let you do. But for the most part, you can use it however you want, and it's pretty. There are numerous ways you can use it. You can use it without the original tagline underneath it. You can use it without the Niagara under it, just as the N. So there's a variety of ways, subtle ways or very simple ways. And I like to say for any business or organization, at the very least, you can put the logo into your About Us section or into your Contact Us section, because there are some organizations or businesses that are in a smaller municipality in Niagara that people don't know where they are. So if they're using the Niagara icon, it really gives that business a sense of place and shows people where they are.
So the people who live in Smithville would not be known by the people in Turkey or Japan.
That very well could be, yeah. And by putting that brand on their marketing materials or on their website, it helps contextualize where they are.
In fact, some of us think that many people today are becoming, frankly, less literate in terms of words. In fact, I'll tell an amusing story. I had a senior person at local government say that they're going to a meeting soon and they have to take all the text for the staff and draw pictures for the politicians. Now, that's important, isn't it? The simplicity of the brand.
Definitely, and that was what they set out to do, and I think they've done it. But again, there is some depth to it as well. Can get very academic. There's brand values that have been developed for this. There's brand attributes. There's been a lot of research that's gone into this brand, and again, it's a positioning platform, as we call it. So when they did some research looking into the perceptions of Niagara, that's really what this brand comes down to, is helping Niagara change some perceptions that are out there, get us on the map, get us attention. But some of the perceptions on the tourism side was that it's just a place to go for a short little visit. And then when they come here, they don't get beyond the lip of the falls, as we call it. They don't see all the variety of things that are here. So that's a perception. But when they get here, the research shows that they're blown away by how much there is to see and do. Similarly, on the business front, a lot of the business community outside of Niagara see Niagara as a tourism destination. So that's a perception that we really need to change. So you want to have a simple message that speaks to tourism and business and to our community, and also that can show the diversity of what we have to offer.
It's interesting, isn't it? I chatted recently with Patrick Robson, who's the Commissioner of Integrated Planning at the region. He said that very often people in Toronto, often government people in Toronto, think of Niagara only as Grimsby to Fort Erie, but they know nothing away from the QEW.
Yeah.
And I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of misperceptions out there, and I think that this brand can help kind of bring those, kind of demystify those perceptions, because there's always some kernel of truth in some perceptions that are out there, but the fact is that Niagara has amazing business community here, some outstanding entrepreneurs, and on the tourism front, there's not only a lot to see and do in Niagara Falls, but all across Niagara. So this brand has really been built on truth and on fact, but you still need to get there and share that with the world, because we might know it in here, but if somebody outside of Niagara doesn't know it, they're not going to maybe get to experience it.
There have been several companies that have incorporated the brand, the logo within their marketing materials, and some nonprofits. But it's interesting that it seems to me many politicians still have not got it.
Well, I'm not sure about that. I think we still have a lot of work to do to get the word out about the brand. There's some confusion about it. Some people don't know about it, and I appreciate you having us on here to share more about the brand. I mean, it is very simple, but sometimes it can be a little confusing as well, because it's a unique brand. It's an open source brand, I like to call it. It's something that all of Niagara can use. It's not just a brand that the Niagara Economic Development Corporation uses. It's something that your business, any business or organization can use. So it's unique in that way. It's not owned by us per se. Niagara Economic Development Corporation is the custodian of the brand, and we are a brand administrator, and we deal with applications and we help promote the brand, and especially outside of Niagara. But any business can use it. So it's unique, and I don't think everybody knows that.
I don't know if this is possible or not. We know that business can use it, nonprofits, governments can use it. Could individuals use it?
Good question.
Like if someone had wanted to, send, who sends letters anymore, but, incorporate the brand into something they send out to their family or their friends.
Well, I will say we do have some items like it's called swag, where we've got some great things that buttons and some bag tags, some keychains that all the community can actually contact us for if they'd like some of those things to share it and promote it and share with their friends. But those kind of questions are interesting. We'd have to look into them. We have a few of us at our office that looks into various requests, and that's something we might look into for sure. But definitely, if they're interested in sharing it or showing their pride, we can give them the materials to do that.
My sense is when business finds out about it, they like it a lot. They just don't know about it.
That's the case. I would agree with you on that. And we're trying to do more and more. We recently did some webinars where we were reaching out to the community, and these people are busy and they've got a lot of other things on their plate, and it does take a little bit of time investment to learn about the brand. If they go to our website, they can learn all about it. We have our brand book where they can download it. And it's a beautiful book, very visual, and really explains all the options they have.
What some people like about it is it's a regional approach. So for the 12 municipalities that say they get together but often don't get together, this transcends the entire region.
Well, and the brand is rooted in our Niagara economic growth strategy. So it's been in development for about 5 years. We recognized that branding Niagara was an important thing to do. Not only to get the word out about Niagara, but also to build that collective voice that you're speaking of, to present ourselves as a unified front to the world. And I feel like the brand is a great step in that direction, for sure.
So if people want more information, where do they go?
Yeah, they can go to our website, NiagaraOriginal.com, and it's got everything you can imagine there. So,
beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it looks great. The people who designed it, the people who are promoting it, I think have done a very good job. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, John.
We'll have you back soon. So think about calling their office or getting some swag, as he says. It's a good idea. The N brand is for all of us. Hang on. We'll come back after the break. We'll talk about small municipalities.